A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to the part two of the channeling collective reading, the transmission, which is about how the lover becomes a seeker and the seeker becomes the lover. Basically, both become one. So, lover without seeking cannot completely be a lover, a true lover. And the seeker also needs to understand and embody love fully. Only then he or she will understand what is the love, the nature of love. Now, there is obviously a gender that God has assigned to us, the physical body. Physical body is also given to us to understand love. How should a woman understand love? How should a man understand love? There's a journey that both go through. In the part two, I'm seeing that the seeker is very much with their divine counterpart, but it may be like a dream sequence, it may be like an intuition, it may be like a premonition, it could be a glimmer moment, it could be ultimate, clear, utmost proper clarity. It could be all of these things, but it's not happening in the physical as they are embarking upon this journey. I see this very intelligent person, though this person is from the outside, it may look like someone who has renounced everything, but they have really not. They do want to manifest, or they believe in that thing called manifesting. Manifesting, let me just clarify, is not something that can be deliberately done. I've said this, and there's a separate course also I created so that people can learn real law of attraction. Because if you really want to learn law of attraction, you need to do the opposite of what other people are telling you. First of all, you need to stop trying to manifest it by going after your desires. Desires are something that we are not supposed to go after. And we're supposed to just understand why we have the desire. Why we have the desire, why we want something, why we need something, why something is so important for us that we want it. Because when you want something, there's an energy that makes you want that thing. That energy basically is telling you that you don't have it. So if you desire something, you need to understand the reason why you feel that you don't have it. Now, in this person, this masculine, I can see that he doesn't have that feeling that I don't have it. He knows that he has it, he can feel it, he can sense it, and therefore, it's like you know that you have to go to Mount Everest and you buy a ticket and you go to Mount Everest. That's it. So he's bought that ticket, he's on the bus, he's on the journey, but he has 100% clarity that this is exactly how it's going to happen, how it's going to manifest. So manifestation is happening naturally all the time. You are already manifested, therefore all the things that happen in your life will also manifest in due course of time, and some have already manifested. We have a big problem with not understanding it, and thus we create more separation, because everybody is teaching you how to get it by doing this. Yeah, you can get it by actually not doing something that you're doing. You can get it by not even thinking about it. If that thought comes to your mind, instead of entangling in that thought, you're supposed to say, okay, what am I supposed to do next? What am I supposed to do now? What's the next best thing that I'm supposed to do? Cook myself a meal, clean the house, be positive. And in between all of this person, this masculine or feminine, in their own ways, because biology has also decided a path for them, then their destiny has decided a path for them. There's a combination: physical, gender, plus karmic collection, plus your destiny, what is pre written for you, why you're here on this planet. A lot of people blame their narcissistic parents and then they get stuck for a long, long time. Actually, you're not supposed to blame them, because if you are in the ascension journey today, if you understand all these deep things, it's because of the upbringing you got. So people have a problem in accepting the journey, how they reach to that point, even though they are pretty happy with where they are. If they if you ask them, do you want to become who you were 10 years back, they'll say no, never. I am very happy right now wherever I am. So if you are happy with where you are, you must also be okay and accepting of how you reach to that point. This person, whosoever I'm channeling, has accepted whatever has happened to them and whatever has made them reach to this conclusion that yes, I am a householder and definitely I have a divine counterpart who's an amazing person and I can recognize that person. But whatever I'm doing before that, it should not be like I was not even that good enough to attract this person. If anybody should look at what I've done before meeting this person, they should be like, yeah, of course, this kind of person should have attracted this type of person only. I've also seen a lot of people who share their life online, okay? They vlog or they make reels or they do a whole bunch of cool things. And at that point in time, they are not with anyone else. They are doing it by themselves. And let's say 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years down the line, you've seen them be this happy, positive, lovely person, okay? Even when they did not have that person around, that physical being around them. And they find that person and they get into the relationship, the physical thing, the worldly relationship and all of that. And you can see that the person blended in very smoothly with this human being who is this lover or seeker. So even without a person, without anyone, this person is pretty much complete. They are just walking through the journey. They are just moving on in the journey. And they see the divine counterpart also as a part of their journey. Now, in some cases, my dear friends, because I spoke about in part one, there are all types of people. Some are going through a reset process. Some had really difficult situations, and that led to their awakening. So now they understand love very differently. And they also are going through this dynamic or this situation where they are on this journey of being who they are, complete, whole, and divine by themselves. And then whatever happens, happens kind of life. The union that everybody is talking about, the union first has to be experienced, understood, enjoyed, in some ways, enjoyed also by a person individually. That is the union. And then later on, whatever you see physically is just a byproduct of it. And many people, that's why I said the lover becomes a seeker and the seeker becomes a lover. Many people get confused by this physical arrangement because sometimes you don't actually have a physical union with the divine counterpart. So there you go. That's the confusion that creates confusion, right? And this is the reason why the union has to be experienced by the individual, so that whether they attract a divine counterpart or a karmic person or a soulmate or whatever, whosoever, because this is happening to a twin flame. Twin flame is an energy which is found in an individual. So an individual is a twin flame. Like we have star seed, angelic, light worker. Similarly, person is a twin flame. So people have confused this word majorly. So we don't say, hey, I'm going to meet my star seed, or we don't say, I'm going to meet my angelic, or I'm going to meet my light worker, right? So basically, angelic, twin flame, star seeds, light workers, these are all types of people you have around you who are in the ascension journey. So a twin flame can have multiple experiences of twin flames. Like many times in their life, they can feel like they've met their twin flame. Finally, they've met their twin flame. And to many people, they've had this experience where they always said, no, 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 this was not my twin flame, it was a false twin, or it was a karmic, or it's a soulmate, but not a twin flame. Why? Because they don't know that they are the twin flame who's attracting all these different types of people. And all these different type of people are basically mirror reflections. They are showing them where they are in their journey, where they've reached, what they've been doing, and all of that. So I see this sacral chakra very much healed. Throat chakra also. So this person is really communicative, very smooth when it comes to communication, very happy. They are in that vibration, then they can sing and dance alone and with a lot of people. There's a lot of green around them, which not only denotes nature but it also denotes love, because the green comes from the heart chakra. There is a purity, there is a thought that comes to my mind that this person is neither a green flag or a red flag, this person is a white flag. This person is a white flag of peace, of acceptance. There's nothing, there's no distortion I see in this person. Such a pure, amazing person, happy go lucky. They know that life has challenges, but they want to joyfully face these challenges. That's who they are. They face the challenges with a smile, not with a grumpy mindset or a complaining mindset. They're like, whatever happens, happens. So there's a lot of love energy this person already carries. Now they are seeking and they're very open towards everyone, they're very helpful towards everyone. They have this likability factor, like everybody likes them, everybody finds their energy very pure, and it's a person who can dance like a child, how children dance, right? Without any inhibitions, how children are full of joy. So this person is also very joyous. You'll hardly see them getting mad or upset. But if they get angry, it's gonna be cute. Like you don't mind that anger. You have how people have this Kali energy, how kids have this Kali energy. Very pure, raw energy. And confidence, of course, there's lots of confidence in this person. They are very confident that they will get through to situations and everything will be okay. If things are not okay, everything will be fine. There's a lot of youthfulness in this person. It's a youthful person, good looking, also, I would say, physically, also. There's some kind of attraction this person has that they draw towards them. And they are on a beautiful journey. I mean, things must have been difficult for this person before this. It's not a person who was born in a very easy peasy lifestyle. There could have been uh, parental discord, or there could have been some kind of marital problems in in his, like he would have seen it in the adults around him. But this person is healed. Like they've accepted everything, how it happened in the past. They've accepted their past and they realize that who they are today is because of what they experienced in the past. So they are okay with everything. They're complacent and they're okay with everything. That's the way to go for all seekers who begin seeking via love. You can get my book in the name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. You can also get into a tarot reading with me, tarot plus intuitive reading. And you can also get into therapy with me. The details are given in the description box. I will see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.